My name's Kiko Yamada, and my artist name is Ninja Sketch, NINJASKETCH, and you can find me on Instagram. You can see my latest works there.
Hello, my name is Daniel Stieglitz, and you can find me in Germany. You can just Google my name, Stieglitz, STIEGLITZ, plus Caricature, and you will find my space.
Well, I am Jason Seiler. And just Google Jason Seiler, and you will find me.
How has joining a society like ISCA helped your art? And I would say ISCA has changed my life. I'm not even joking. It's changed my life. It's basically the jumping off point for all the opportunities I've had since then. And I went not knowing anything about caricatures, not knowing anyone at the convention. And I made, by the third year I made my first connection, and it was Yanni Wu, and she casually mentioned to me while I was in line for breakfast, like, come to Korea. I couldn't even really draw at that time. And I contacted her after the event, and I said, were you for real about that? And she said yes. And a few months later, I was in Korea drawing caricatures for 8 months, and I wasn't even good. I promise you, I wasn't even good. I got like rejects all the time. But so don't be scared to join if you don't think you're good enough. It doesn't matter. It's such a warm and welcoming community, and I strongly recommend ISCA for any caricature artist.
Yes, seeing all those artists from all over the world and watching them doing their stuff and create, and with all these techniques and approaches, it is mind-blowing. You stop cooking in your own soup. That's what we say in Germany, to cook in one's soup, and you start to see the world of caricature and the possibilities.
It's a hard one. I would say that maybe early on, when it was the NCN, it had more of an impact on me because it opened my eyes up to the world of caricature and of what other people were doing with it. And I developed and made a lot of friends. And so that support, like the support of my fellow artists, it's the reason why I like to go to the conventions. It's not to win awards, which that's a nice thing. It's an honor when you do win an award, but it's more about the family and just the support, that you can give others and that they can give you, and just I get a lot more out of that, I think. I don't know. I guess what I could say as far as artistic development is maybe during the convention, maybe the whole feeling of everything kind of forces you to maybe push yourself a little bit more than you normally would, or try different things. And I think that's pretty cool. But mostly I really feel like the love. I feel the love. And that's what I like about it, really. I love everybody at ISCA. Even the ones that hate me. You know who you are. I still love you.
All right, second question is, how do you find your style? That's a good question, Sam. So I think you find your style by finding your taste. What's your taste in art? I myself have about 20,000 pins on Pinterest saved of art ranging from abstract to entertainment, character design, to realism. I have it all. I love it all. I'm such an art enthusiast. If you've seen my work, I have a lot of different styles. I'm just always experimenting, and that's because I love it all. So I think I don't think you should try to find a style. I think you should try to find what art you personally love. Look at it while you're drawing your art. Look at different styles and let that influence your caricatures. And it's going to happen on its own.
I think one style is always a combination of the influences, most of the time, I think. And if you take two things, A plus B, it isn't AB, but it's most of the time a Z. Yes, because you add your personality to it. So let's say take two artists, Manny, for example, and let's say you would take the style of Manny and the style of Joe Bloom. You would get something different, kind of a new style. So, and if those are your heroes and you follow their track, you, I think, will find some kind of style that becomes yours. Unique, is it that way? I'm not sure.
How do you find your style? Well, I think you're going to be influenced by hundreds of artists, thousands maybe, especially now with Instagram. There's so many freaking awesome artists on Instagram. There's so many artists that I think are just amazing. So there's like you see something and you might like how they paint the corner of the painting or something like that, or a few different brush strokes. So you put that in your mental toolbox, if you will. And so, you know, those things sort of build up a style. But ultimately, I think that you get your style from just drawing and painting. My dad told me when I was first starting to paint. Hold on one second, I gotta take a sip. My dad told me, be prepared to do at least 500 bad paintings. And it's kind of discouraging when you hear that from a painter that you respect and you think is good, and they tell you you're gonna have to do a lot of bad paintings. But that's the truth. And a lot of people give up. They don't get past a certain point. It's too hard for them. They don't understand. They get frustrated. They get stressed out. Maybe they come back a couple of years later and try it again. But the truth is, it's just like anything. It's like even like if you're gonna do comedy, your jokes aren't gonna work right away. The way you set things up isn't gonna work right away. You gotta try it. You gotta figure it out. Try it out. See what happens. And chances are you're probably gonna bomb. And you gotta have the balls to get back there and do it again. Same thing with being an artist, being an illustrator, being a painter. You're gonna suck for a while. And every once in a while you'll do something that you're proud of and that looks good. And then you'll suck again at something else. And I think that keeps us motivated to try harder, to push harder. Otherwise it would be boring. You don't want things to be boring. And so I think challenge and struggle is healthy and good for the artist.
All right, and for the third question, why is the art of caricature important for society? This is such a great question because think about it like this. The average person, this is for live caricatures, can walk into an amusement park or a fair and purchase a piece of art from an artist that the artist specifically made for them, of them, and where else can they get that opportunity, really? Flip it around, on our end, our art is being bought by someone, and they're loving it and cherishing it and taking it home. And so I think it's such a win-win situation, and it's so cool. Like, we should give people a really, really great experience of caricatures. We should be friendly to them. We should give them the best piece of art we can, give them a great memory, give them a great piece to hang up on their wall, because we want them to have a positive experience so that they keep getting more caricatures and it has a good reputation so that we can stay making money off our drawings, because it's pretty badass.
Whew. How important is caricature? What value does it add? Whew. I'm not sure if it's that important. Yes, maybe for society. I'm not sure if it's really for the society. Maybe political caricatures, because political cartoon caricatures, they kind of show a complicated political situation and they show it in an easy way. But we are talking about face caricature, don't we? So it's about maybe being able to laugh about the yourself, seeing the world maybe in a humorous way, and being able to watch into some kind of caricature mirror and seeing, okay, that's, someone can see me this way. Oh, okay. That's funny. Or, I don't have such a huge chin. That was it. Sorry. Don't have anything else to say.
The art of caricature is very important, I think, because it's a voice, it's our voice, it's a language. It's basically looking, a caricature is really a beautiful, interesting thing, because, you know, everyone can look at a person, but they all see the person differently. And when you're looking at an artist's caricature, you're kind of getting to see inside their mind, their soul a little bit, because they're showing you how they see that person. And also, caricature can be used, especially politically, to in our climate now, to like express emotion, pain, anger, joy. It can tell stories. It can take terrible things and make you think about it differently, or it can make a terrible thing, a tragic thing. You can talk about that in a message that's a little bit more maybe lighthearted, maybe make people laugh a little bit at themselves for how ridiculous they are. It's kind of like comedy, you know, like caricature is a way to put the truth out there right in your face, and you can kind of accept it differently because it makes you laugh a little bit, or it pulls you in. And sometimes caricatures can be dark, and they can be very serious, and they can be really powerful. So I think it's really, really important. It adds a lot of value to our societies, because it really is the heart of an artist, I think. Not that other art isn't, but caricature, like I said, it's not copying exactly what you see. It's you're really getting the soul of a person and looking at it, how they feel about somebody, or you know, I mean, it's not always that way. Sometimes a caricature is just a caricature, it's just a fun thing. But it's important because, like I said, I think it is a language. It is a way to communicate. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. I think I said enough. But that's how I feel about it anyways. I think it's very important to our society. I think it should be recognized and respected as a true art form as it is. I think that some of the best artists in the world I know are caricaturists. Some of the best painters, best understanding of anatomy and color and you name it. You go to one of these caricature conventions and you're gonna just see walls of masterful work, and it's inspiring. And I think that everybody should pay a little bit closer attention to it in the art world. I really do. So, anyways, that's my point of view. That's my perspective. That's all I gotta say about that. Cheers, everybody.
Sam King, thank you so much for having Famous When I'm Dead and making such a cool podcast about artists.